Have you ever brushed your teeth and noticed a little pink in the sink? Maybe you've shrugged it off thinking, "Oh, I just brushed too hard," or "It's just sensitive gums." I get it, bleeding gums don't exactly feel like an emergency. But what if I told you that tiny bit of blood could be your body's way of waving a red flag? And not just for your teeth, but for your heart? That's right. For years, doctors thought gum disease was just a dental problem. But now, research shows that those inflamed, bleeding gums might be quietly raising your risk of heart attacks, strokes, and other serious health issues. Scary? A little. But here's the good news. When you know what to look for, and what to do, you can protect both your smile and your heart. In this video, we're going to uncover the surprising connection between your gums and your heart health. We'll talk about why this matters, especially for those of us over 60, the science behind the link, and simple steps you can take today to reduce your risk. By the end, you'll see your dental routine in a whole new light. Let's start with the big question. How on earth could bleeding gums affect your heart? Well, it all comes down to something you've probably heard before: inflammation. When your gums are inflamed, red, swollen, tender, it's a sign that harmful bacteria are thriving in your mouth. But here's the kicker. Those bacteria don't stay put. They can sneak into your bloodstream through tiny tears in your gum tissue, especially if you're brushing too hard or have untreated gum disease. Once they're in your blood, these troublemakers trigger your body's defense system. Think of it like a false alarm. Your immune system goes into overdrive, releasing chemicals that cause inflammation throughout your body, not just in your gums. Over time, this chronic inflammation can damage blood vessels, making them stiffer and narrower. And guess what that leads to? Higher blood pressure, plaque buildup in arteries, and a higher risk of heart attacks or strokes. Now, you might be thinking, but I've had gum issues for years. Does that mean I'm doomed? Absolutely not. Let me introduce you to my friend Harold. Harold's 68, and like many of us, he'd ignored his bleeding gums for decades. I figured it was normal, he told me. Then, during a routine checkup, his dentist spotted early signs of gum disease and urged him to take action. Harold started flossing daily, switched to a softer toothbrush, and began using an antiseptic mouthwash. Within months, his gums stopped bleeding, and at his next physical, his doctor noticed his blood pressure had dropped too. Harold's story isn't a fluke. Studies show that treating gum disease can actually lower inflammation markers linked to heart trouble. So, what's the first step you can take right now? Pay attention to the hidden signs of gum disease. It's not just about bleeding when you brush. Do your gums look red or puffy? Do you have persistent bad breath, even after brushing? Or maybe your teeth feel a little loose, like they're not rooted as firmly as they used to be? These are all clues your mouth is sending you, and they're worth listening to. But here's the thing. You don't have to become a dental expert overnight. Start small. Tonight, when you brush your teeth, take an extra 30 seconds to gently massage your gums with your toothbrush. Use small, circular motions like you're polishing a precious heirloom. And if you haven't flossed in a while, grab some soft floss picks. They're easier on arthritic hands, and just focus on 1 or 2 teeth to start. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Now, before we go further, I want to pause and ask, have you ever noticed any of these signs? Maybe you've been putting off that dental checkup, or you're not sure how to bring up gum health with your doctor. Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're feeling worried, take a deep breath. Knowledge is power, and you're already taking the first step by being here. In the next part, we'll dive into the specific habits that put seniors at risk for gum disease, and the surprising ones that can reverse it. But for now, I'll leave you with this. Your body is always talking to you. Those bleeding gums? They're not just a nuisance. They're a wake-up call, and you've got the power to answer it. Now, let's talk about the everyday habits that might be quietly putting your gums and your heart at risk. You see, it's not just about brushing and flossing, though those are crucial. It's also about the choices we make without even thinking, like that extra spoonful of sugar in our tea or the way we rush through our dental routine. Take brushing, for example. Many of us grew up scrubbing our teeth like we're polishing a cast iron skillet. But here's the problem. Aggressive brushing doesn't just wear down enamel, it can also harm your gums, creating tiny tears where bacteria can sneak in. Think of your gums like delicate lace. Would you scrub lace with a wire brush? Of course not. Instead, try this. Hold your toothbrush like a paintbrush using gentle, circular motions. And if arthritis makes gripping harder, consider an electric toothbrush. They do the work for you, and many have timers to ensure you're brushing long enough. Then there's flossing, or avoiding it. I know, flossing can feel like threading a needle with shaky hands. But here's why it matters. Flossing isn't just about removing spinach from your teeth. It's about disrupting the biofilm, that sticky layer of bacteria, that forms between teeth and under the gum line. If left alone, that biofilm hardens into tartar, which no amount of brushing can remove. Now, if traditional floss feels too fiddly, try floss picks or a water flosser. Even cleaning one gap a day is better than none. My neighbor Ethel started with just her front teeth. Baby steps, she'd say. Now at 72 she flosses daily, and her dentist says her gums are the healthiest they've been in years. But let's not stop there. What about diet? You might be thinking, what does my afternoon cookie have to do with my heart? Well, sugary snacks aren't just fuel for cavities, they're a feast for the same bacteria that inflame your gums. Every time you eat sugar, those bacteria throw a party, producing acids that irritate your gums and sneak into your bloodstream. The good news? Swapping that cookie for a crunchy apple or a handful of almonds can make a world of difference. The fiber in apples acts like nature's toothbrush, scrubbing your teeth as you chew, while nuts provide heart-healthy fats. And then there's smoking. If you're still smoking, hear me out, I'm not here to judge. But those cigarettes are doing double damage. Smoking restricts blood flow to your gums, making it harder for them to heal, and it also damages blood vessels, escalating heart risks. Quitting isn't easy, but even cutting back can help. My cousin Ray switched to nicotine gum after 40 years of smoking. My gums stopped bleeding within weeks, he told me. And my morning cough? Gone. Now let's address something we often overlook: stress. When we're stressed, we clench our jaws, grind our teeth, or forget to care for ourselves, all of which can worsen gum disease. Simple practices like deep breathing or a 5-minute morning stretch can lower stress and protect your mouth. One viewer, Martha, shared how she started meditating after her husband passed. Not only did my gums improve, she said, but my doctor noticed my blood pressure dropped too. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, small changes add up. Start with one habit. Maybe swapping soda for herbal tea or spending an extra minute massaging your gums tonight. Progress, not perfection, is what counts. And here's a little secret. Your mouth is a window to your overall health. By nurturing your gums, you're not just saving your smile, you're giving your heart a fighting chance. Before we move on, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these tips? Or maybe you found another trick that works. Share it in the comments. Your experience could inspire someone else to take that first step. In the next part, we'll explore how regular checkups and professional care can protect you in ways you might not expect. But until then, keep taking those small, powerful steps. Your gums and your heart will thank you. So far, we've talked about how everyday habits, like brushing too hard or skipping floss, can quietly harm your gums and heart. But even if you're doing everything right at home, there's one step you simply can't skip: seeing your dentist and doctor regularly. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ugh, another appointment? But hear me out. This isn't just about getting your teeth cleaned or your blood pressure checked. It's about connecting the dots between your mouth and your heart before small problems become big ones. Let's start with dental checkups. For many of us, the dentist chair feels about as comfortable as a tax audit. But here's the thing. Your dentist isn't just looking for cavities. They're checking for hidden signs of gum disease, pockets between your gums and teeth, receding gum lines, or tartar buildup you can't see. These are the silent red flags that, left untreated, let harmful bacteria hitch a ride straight to your heart. My friend Gloria learned this the hard way. At 67, she avoided the dentist for years out of fear. When she finally went, her dentist found advanced gum disease. He told me my gums were like an open wound, she said. After treatment, her cardiologist noticed her inflammation markers had dropped. I didn't just save my teeth, she told me. I might have saved my life. But here's where most of us get stuck. How often should you go? If you're over 60 and have a history of gum issues, aim for every 3 to 4 months. Yes, even if your teeth feel fine. Why? Because gum disease is sneaky. It doesn't always hurt until it's too late. And if cost is a concern, many clinics offer sliding scale fees or senior discounts. Just ask. Now let's talk about what happens during those visits. A good hygienist won't just scrape your teeth, they'll teach you. Ask them to show you how to angle your toothbrush for your gum type or recommend a mouthwash that fights plaque without drying your mouth. And if you're nervous, tell them. A kind hygienist will go slower, explain each step, or even let you listen to music during the cleaning. But your dental team isn't the only one in this fight. Your doctor needs to be part of the conversation too. At your next physical, say this: I've been reading about the link between gum disease and heart health. Should we check my inflammation markers? A simple blood test for C-reactive protein, CRP, can reveal hidden inflammation. If your levels are high, it's a sign to double down on gum care. and your doctor might adjust medications or suggest lifestyle changes to protect your heart. Here's where it gets interesting. Some forward-thinking clinics are now teaming up dentists and cardiologists to share patient data. Imagine your dentist flagging gum disease and your cardiologist immediately ordering a heart scan, or vice versa. This kind of teamwork could catch problems early, but it's still rare. So be your own advocate. Bring your dental x-rays to your doctor or share your blood work with your dentist. Knowledge is power, and you're the bridge between these two worlds. Now let's address the elephant in the room: fear. Maybe you've avoided the dentist because of a bad experience years ago, or you're worried about what they'll find. You're not alone. But here's the truth: modern dentistry is gentler than ever. Numbing gels, quieter tools, and sedation options can make visits painless. One viewer, Carl, wrote, "I hadn't been in 20 years. My new dentist used a sleepy shot. I barely felt. Now I go every 6 months, no sweat." And if mobility is an issue, many dentists offer home visits or mobile clinics. My aunt, who uses a walker, found a dentist who comes to her senior community twice a year. They set up in the activity room, she said. We get our cleanings done, then play bingo after. But let's not forget prevention. Ask your dentist about prescription-strength fluoride gels or antibacterial rinses if you're prone to gum issues. These aren't just for kids. They can strengthen enamel and reduce bacteria in minutes a day. And if you wear dentures, ill-fitting ones can rub sores on your gums, creating entry points for bacteria. Get them adjusted yearly, your heart will thank you. Before we wrap up, let's recap. Your gums and heart are partners in health. Ignoring one risks the other. But with regular checkups, open communication between your care team, and a few simple tweaks, you're not just preventing disease, you're investing in more years of laughing with grandkids, savoring meals, and living life on your terms. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you had a dental or doctor's visit that caught a hidden problem? Or maybe you found a hack to make appointments easier? Share it below. Your story could ease someone else's fears. In the final part, we'll bring this all together with a step-by-step plan to protect your gums and heart, including foods that fight inflammation, stress-busting tricks, and how to build a support system that keeps you accountable. But until then, pick up the phone and schedule that checkup you've been putting off. Your future self will be so glad you did. By now, you know the truth. Your gums and heart are partners in health. Ignoring one risks the other. But let's face it, life after 60 is busy enough without adding another chore to the list. That's why today we're going to simplify everything into a step-by-step plan you can start today. No fancy tools, no drastic changes, just practical, doable steps to protect your smile and your heart. First, let's talk about your daily routine. Think of it as a 3-part harmony: clean, nourish, and protect. Start your morning by swishing with warm salt water. It's a trick my grandma swore by: cheap, easy, and it reduces gum inflammation instantly. Then brush for 2 full minutes with a soft bristled toothbrush, angling it 45 degrees toward your gums. And if flossing feels impossible, try this. Keep floss picks in your car, by the TV, or next to your coffee mug. Every time you sit down, clean one gap. By day's end, you've flossed your whole mouth without even thinking about it. Next, let's nourish. Your grocery list is your secret weapon here. Focus on inflammation fighters. Fatty fish like salmon, canned works, leafy greens, berries, and nuts. These foods are packed with omega-3s, antioxidants, and vitamins that calm gum irritation and strengthen your heart. But here's a pro tip. If chopping veggies is tough, buy pre-cut frozen ones. Toss them into soups or smoothies. Your gums don't care if your spinach came fresh or frozen, as long as it's on your plate. Now let's protect. Stress is public enemy number 1 for both your gums and heart. Try this 5-minute ritual. Every afternoon, sit quietly, close your eyes, and place one hand on your heart, the other on your belly. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This coherent breathing technique lowers stress hormones and reduces inflammation. My buddy Len does this while waiting for his morning coffee to brew. It's cheaper than a therapist, he jokes. But here's the game changer. Build your support squad. Tell your doctor and dentist about your goals. Ask a friend to be your floss buddy. Text each other nightly to stay accountable. Join a senior walking group. The social connection reduces stress, and the movement boosts blood flow to your gums. One viewer, Doris, started a healthy gums club at her retirement community. We swap recipes and remind each other to floss, she says. It's like a book club, but for our hearts. Now let's tackle the elephant in the room. What if you've already got gum disease or heart issues? Don't panic. Start with a mouth and heart checkup. Ask your dentist for a periodontal screening and your doctor for a CRP blood test. If numbers are high, work together on a plan, maybe adding a daily aspirin or using a prescription-strength mouthwash. Small tweaks, big results. And remember, progress, not perfection. Missed a day of flossing? Forgot your veggies? That's okay. My uncle Frank keeps a sticky note on his mirror, better today than yesterday. Some days, better just means gargling with salt water. Others, it's a full dental routine. Both count. Before we say goodbye, let's circle back to where we started, that pink in the sink. Those bleeding gums aren't a life sentence. They're a wake-up call, yes, but also an invitation. An invitation to take small, powerful steps that ripple through your entire body. To laugh louder, eat freer, and live with the confidence that you're protecting the health you've worked so hard to build. So what's next? Pick one tip from today, just one, and try it tonight. Then come back here and tell me how it went. Did your gums feel better? Did your doctor notice a change? Your story matters. Share it in the comments and inspire someone else to take that first step. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. It's free, but it means the world. It helps others find this info and protects more hearts and gums. Along the way, here's to your health, your courage, and the quiet power of small changes. Remember, you're not just fighting gum disease or protecting your heart. You're claiming more mornings to watch the sunrise, more evenings to share stories, and more years to live fully. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey.